Does it count as innovation if we just simplify something or make it easier to use? One of the things I looked at was the library catalogue and the way in which loan types differ across different libraries. So let's have a quiz. If I've got a book out on short loan, how many days can I borrow it for? You can put your hands up, even though I can't see the answer. I'm sure Laura or Hugh can do a quick count. So, short loan. 1 day? 2 days? 3 days? 4 days? 5 or more days? Okay, here's another one. A reserve. 1 day? 2 days? 3 days? 4 days? 5 or more days? What about this one? In your library, how long can I have an overnight loan for? 1 day? 2 days? 3 days? 4 or more days? I did a quick scan looking at the library catalogue and I found that there's quite a variation. Short loans, 1 to 3 days in the records I managed to see. Reserve could be anything from 1 to 180 days. And an overnight or overnight loan, two different ways of stating what is presumably the same notion, are anything from 1 to 18 days. So obviously not the same notion then. Now this use of language may or may not be a problem, but if I was a user who somehow had managed to acquire lending rights in a couple of different libraries, it might be the case that a short loan in one was for 1 day or for 3 days in another, and that would be confusing. It's also difficult for building systems that can start to exploit general principles if every library has its own exceptions in the way it uses particular words. One thing I'd like to suggest, and that might be a good source of ideas, is that you have a one library to the left day, in which every college department librarian goes and works in another library for 1 day, or even just half a day. You can look and see, you're an information professional, you should be able to drive the library, but you may well notice things that are done differently. You may well notice different use of vocabulary, different processes, procedures. You may see things that you think you do better in your library and want to make a suggested improvement, or you may see things that are done better than in your library, ideas or innovations that you can take back. This is easy to achieve. You might find that your users are more knowledgeable than you are in the library you've gone to work in, but make a game of it. Use something like Children in Need Day or Red Nose Day to excuse the misbehaviour of the inexperienced librarian and allow yourselves to make these mistakes. Even in your own library, play devil's advocate, be bloody-minded. What improvements can you see and make? Suggest them, do them. Why not?